BTS News Today. The shocking incident occurred on a quiet morning in Seoul's Hanamdong neighborhood, one of the elite neighborhoods home to many South Korean celebrities, including BTS member Jungkook, who is currently serving his mandatory military service. The incident shocked the public after a mysterious woman was caught trying to break into Jungkook's private home. This unexpected incident sparked a huge stir on social media and raised many questions about the motives behind the woman's reckless actions. According to a preliminary report from Yongsan police, who immediately went to the scene, the woman was seen trying to open the fence of Jungkook's house with a tool that has not been disclosed in detail. A neighborhood security guard who was monitoring the CCTV swiftly noticed the woman's suspicious movements and immediately contacted the authorities. The police arrived in less than 10 minutes and immediately secured the woman before having time to enter the area of the house deeper. The identity of the woman was kept secret by the police for the needs of the investigation. However, what surprised the public even more was the fact that this woman was not just an ordinary fan. Based on preliminary investigations, he is suspected to have observed Jungkook's home activities over the past few weeks. Her intensive actions drew suspicion, especially after it was discovered that the woman was carrying a bag containing letters all addressed to Jungkook, as well as some personal items that shocked investigators. From the CCTV footage that was later spread in the media, it was clear that the woman stood for quite a long time in front of the fence of the house, looking doubtful before finally trying to open the gate by force. However, a sophisticated home security system managed to hinder his efforts. Not long after, the woman was caught and did not seem to resist when secured by the police. He just kept mentioning Jungkook's name repeatedly in a tone that made the officers feel the need to conduct further psychological examinations. News of this incident immediately became a trending topic on various social media platforms. ARMY, as BTS fans are called, was furious and worried about Jungkook's safety. Although Jungkook is currently serving in the military, his private home remains a part of his privacy that must be protected. Many fans highlighted the importance of tighter security for celebrities who have often been the target of excessive fanaticism. As the investigation progressed, the police finally released information that the woman was in her 30s and suspected to be a longtime BTS fan, especially Jungkook. Based on initial statements given to police, the woman claimed she only wanted to give a direct gift to Jungkook, an excuse that seemed simple but was wrapped up by a series of obsessive behaviors that made her motives even more complex. Some witnesses who were neighbors also gave evidence that the woman had been seen several times in the neighborhood. He often stood around Jungkook's house, sometimes just sitting on a nearby park bench while carrying a notebook that was later discovered to contain emotional writings about Jungkook. This reinforces the suspicion that the woman has long been eyeing the opportunity to approach her idol in person. From the results of further examination, it was found that the woman had a history of quite serious anxiety disorders. The authorities began to consider mental health aspects in dealing with this case. The police are working with professional psychologists to understand more deeply what exactly prompted the woman to commit the reckless act. Of particular concern in this case is the content of the letters that the woman brought. Some of the letters expressed deep admiration for Jungkook, but others were deeply personal and seemed to have an unrealistic emotional bond, as if she believed there was a special connection between herself and Jungkook. A delusion that seems to have grown over the years. This incident caused a heated discussion in society about the boundary between fan admiration and fanatical behavior that violates the boundaries. Many netizens expressed their concern for the woman's psychological condition, but not a few also demanded strict legal action in order to provide a deterrent effect to anyone who tries to interfere with the privacy of a public figure at BTS's agency. Bigot Music quickly released an official statement confirming that they will not tolerate any action that threatens the safety and privacy of their artists. They also said that although Jungkook was serving in the military, his private home was protected with adequate security systems, and they would continue to increase surveillance. The agency asks that all fans continue to show healthy support and respect for boundaries. In the statement, Bigot Music also revealed that it is considering legal steps against the woman, but remains open to an approach that takes her mental state into account. They emphasize that the safety of their artists is a top priority. The case got even more interesting when the media discovered that the woman had been following various BTS activities since several years ago, and was even known to have attended almost all BTS concerts in Seoul. However, what made the media even more surprised was that this woman had become part of a fairly active fan community and was known in local ARMY circles. Some of her former community colleagues revealed that she began to exhibit different behaviors since the past 2 years, during which she began to withdraw from social circles and more often posted obsessive writings about Jungkook on her personal social media. The woman's family finally spoke out after being questioned by the media. They expressed deep sadness at what happened and begged the public not to judge their daughter right away. The mother, in a trembling voice, conveyed that her daughter had long struggled with mental health problems and they had tried to help her through various therapies. However, it seems that the condition worsened without them realizing it until it finally exploded in the form of reckless actions that became public consumption like this. The incident opened a wider discussion about mental health among K-pop fans, a topic that has been touched on but rarely received serious attention. Many psychologists in South Korea began to give their views on this phenomenon. They emphasized the importance of education about the boundaries between admiration and obsession, as well as the need for an adequate support system for fans who begin to exhibit unhealthy behavior. Meanwhile, BTS fans around the world continue to voice their support for Jungkook. They flooded social media with the hashtags #ProtectJungkook and #RespectPrivacy, demanding that the privacy of their idols be fully respected. Some armies have even proposed forming communities focused on educating about healthy fan behavior, a move that has been welcomed positively by many. On the other hand, this incident also caused a sense of anxiety for other celebrities who realized that even though they lived in an environment with a high level of security, there were always loopholes that could be exploited by those who had bad intentions, whether it was because of excessive fanaticism, personal obsession, or other ulterior motives. The police are still conducting an in-depth investigation to ensure that the woman does not have connections with other groups that may have similar goals. They are also checking the woman's digital track record to ensure that there is no larger plan or network involved behind her actions. As for Jungkook, although he is yet to give a personal statement regarding this incident, many fans believe that he will remain steadfast in the face of such a situation. Jungkook has always been known for being strong and loving towards his fans, but he has also repeatedly emphasized the importance of maintaining healthy boundaries between idols and fans. In several previous interviews, Jungkook had gently reminded that healthy love is one that respects each other's personal space. This incident is certainly an important lesson, not only for BTS fans, but also for the entire South Korean entertainment industry and even the world. Extraordinary popularity does often come with risks that are not small. Agencies, security management, and the fan community must continue to work together to create a safe environment for artists, without neglecting the mental health of fans who may experience distortions in their sense of love and admiration.